It's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring a message for January 2020 for the sign of Scorpio. Guys, brand new year, brand new decade, brand new beginnings for many of us if we harness the energy of the universe and work with it. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been with me for a while and one of my subscribers, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me that you're here. And if at the end you're new and you feel like, hey, this was kind of for me, please feel free, jump on board, subscribe, join the journey with me, and let me encounter your energy more often. Know that this message is general though, so it can't possibly fit everyone's situation, but take what you feel resonates on a soul level, toss the rest, disregard it, go about your day, my friends, and know that no matter what the cards say though, and no matter what Spirit has to offer, it's still up to you and your grassroots evolution, and what choices you make, and what steps you take to get the fulfillment that you would like to see in this world. And that's power, and that's beautiful, my friends. So I'm going to take first a message from the Messages of Life Oracle by Mario Duguay. And this is again for the sign of Scorpio, please, for January 2020. It's one message, an overall message you would have anyone watching know. And I am going to ask our Archangel Michael to jump in to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, and ask to be used as the clearest channel and to deliver messages only for the highest good of anyone watching. And I do suggest as well that you ask the same if you are calling in your angels or guides into your life. So Spirit, yeah, I'm ready now. They're like, okay, you see this one sticking out right here? Let's see what it is. I grow. I grow through the recognition of the divine within me. I respect my needs, observe what happens within, and do my best to maintain a positive attitude at all times. I have faith in my inner strengths and capabilities. I grow every day. What is important to me is not what others think, but what God thinks of me, and what you think of you when you are in your inner temple and you are following your truth and following your heart's desire, my friends. That's what matters, is how you feel about you and how you know you are in this world. So if there's other people spreading things, lies, hatred, rumors, yada yada yada, right, that kind of negativity, stand true in your power and know this is me, and I grow each step of the way, and you know what is true. And this also, I was thinking about Beauty and the Beast. This reminds me of the rose, right? The ever-folding rose. It's like, the petals are over time, not necessarily that they're falling off and that this is the last incarnation and time's going to be up, but that you can really see the beauty in this rose and the layers of ourselves as we grow, as we build and really blossom into the sweetest version and the most resilient version of this rose, you know, kind of perfecting ourselves and being truly radiant, if that makes any sense. But when we can do that, you see this within her, within both of her hands is the power of the rainbow. She can harness it. Who needs to taste it? When it's in your hands, when you can align yourself, when you can use your chakras, when you can, you know, use that rainbow energy to really transform the world. And for any of you rainbow babies, for any of you rainbow light warriors out there, my friends, this is what we're here to do. And sometimes our growth is painful and it's hard, because being a wayshower is hard. It really is. Sometimes, you know, we endure things that we're like, why was my lesson so difficult? And it's because you're strong enough to take it. And when you come out on top, you will be I heard a guardian angel and savior to someone else as they hear your story and they see how you grew and how you can help just by doing that and setting an example for yourself and for other people on what true growth and what true growth looks like. Underneath we have attaining peace, and sometimes within our worlds, attaining peace, that's the most badass thing that we can do, is finally obtain peace and go, I don't need to stress and worry about anything outside of me. I can focus on me and know, again, the truth is what I hold inside. I grow. I look within myself and stop blaming the outside world for my misfortunes. Through my searching and my offerings to gain purity, I transform myself. The material riches that I have acquired are not important. The riches that I will discover within myself are all that matter. Excuse me. Step by step in my spiritual quest, I free myself, I rise higher, and I attain true inner peace. That is freedom. higher and higher through every petal of this rose, through each layer of you, and through each layer of kind of the tender spots within our heart, right? They're there for a reason. Lessons, blessings, seasons, reasons, right? And on this way up, it's about taking them on with peace and seeing why they were here. Again, being a way shower is sometimes difficult, but when we can attain peace through this growth and be whole within and meet every encounter we have with the light within us, and I mean, sometimes we mess up, right? Sometimes we're raw, and you know, sometimes we're not always the most positive people, and it's in those moments where we see what has happened, we catch ourselves, you know, and we say, okay, I'm growing, here's a hiccup, what was this lesson here to do, right? Why was there a disruption in my day-to-day? I'm going to use an example. Is originally the idea to call yourself queer or to queer something is to other it, to call it different. And so women's studies stuff here, guys, but kind of choosing to identify as queer, not a queer, or not using this label, to take it back and say, you know what, queer is out there and open, and to say, I am no longer, I'm going to take it back, I'm going to queer myself. Okay, this is gone. But there's almost like, in doing that, in to queer yourself, it's to cause a social disruption, to make it visible, to say no longer can you call them queer, them queer, them queer, because now everyone can say I'm queer or here's queer, and it is a literally distortion, a change up, a making visible of the unseen, to queer something, to other it. Well, when the other takes back, here's what it is. When you've been othered, when you've experienced things in your life that now it becomes up to you to be the way shower, you're queering yourself. Right? Let's not, oh man, I'm gonna move past that. Sorry, not to offend anyone. Pillar of light, and it's not at all calling queer, like using that, it's the reappropriation would be a word too, like many women taking on the word bitch, you know, sorry for my language, but at one point that used as a really bad epithet and horrible you know, insult to women, and here's it's like calling yourself bitch, calling your friend bitch. It's like it's taking it back. This is much like queer, right? Taking things back and queering it. But when we do that, when we draw attention to things, when we make it loud and proud, and people go, why would you say that? Why would you call yourself that? It also says, well, why was it right for anyone else to call me that? Why was it right for anyone else to make me feel queer or different? Because in this world, we're all different, right? And each one of us, each layer of that stuff that we've had to bring visible into the world, and to really, you know, push back against resistance towards us, and resistance towards our light, to resistance towards our love, and the way that we may see things as we grow. Because oftentimes, as well as star seeds, light workers, we see things differently. We know things that we're not supposed to know. People don't know how. We can feel it in the energy, and even as we're going through that, that's kind of stuff where I feel like I'm going to take on queer there too. That's othered and different. People, a lot of us in the spiritual community may have felt like that as well, right? Othered and pushed aside, you're crazy, that doesn't exist, these kinds of things. And it's still pushing through and growing, knowing your truth, right? Knowing that, no, I'm of the light. There is a lot more interdimensionality to us than everyone thinks, and it's okay if they remain unawake, but I've awakened to this, and I'm seeing this, and this is, you know, part of my spiritual practice. If any of that makes sense, we have pillar of light, and this is honestly calling in universal source, universal light, drawing down this white light into your body, carrying it down, really, really, really tuning and attuning your chakra systems, and asking any of it to transmute through your feet with love, but opening up our hands, taking a deep breath in and breathing in light, white light, and imagine it coming down and flowing, and knowing you can connect with that. That's also how you grow and how you stay calm in these situations, and how you become the way shower. Attaining peace as well, that when you get to that point in that center, you've thought through. Some people count, right, to stop if there's angry outbursts and reactions again, but that pillar of light will also help you. We have boundaries, setting strong boundaries between ourselves and others. Asking Source or Universe to shield us, to energize us, to bring that pillar in and encircle us so that we are anchored into this physical but also connected up into the higher realms. And when we are asking Spirit to put us in this bubble, it's also setting intentions that we're blocking out anything that's negative or inauthentic to us and not absorbing other people's energies. And we have Sisterhood of the Rose. I want to read this for you because it was getting into Beauty and the Beast territory. And it is, I'm not going to read all of it for you guys. Right. Beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. The Sisterhood of the Rose is the lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light across light consciousness all over Earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages. It is up to path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. So surrounding yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go, right? From darkness we grow beauty, much like, and this is much like the Beauty and the Beast, right? From darkness, bringing in love and allowing things to nourish. But Sisterhood of the Rose, devotion. And beauty is not on a physical level. Beauty is a feeling within us and the way that we move this divine feminine way. Okay, I'm gonna bring a message from the Lion Strider Tarot and just see last tarot wisdom. Wow, a whole bunch fell. So these all fell. Let's see what we have. We were not gonna have time, but the Ten of Cups is on the bottom. Creating happiness, and let's go with the top. Seven of Wands, and moving through freedom. Page of Wands, Emperor, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, the Fool. Being in tone with your polarities, feminine, masculine, being in authority in your mind space, and going after the things that we want with this page